I did this diet 4 years ago and it worked so good. Actually, it didn't. It didn't work very well at all. Diets don't work. They never have. If it really worked, you wouldn't be 50, 75, 100 pounds, 25 pounds back in the hole. You wouldn't feel more hopeless now than you did before you even started the diet. Losing weight for a few weeks or months is not success. Real success is lasting transformation. And diets rarely deliver that. And by rarely, less than 1% of the time. So if you're getting your identity from the number on the scale, you're going to lose. You are fighting a losing battle. Even if you lose weight, you'll still be stuck mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, because that number was never meant to define who you are. And yet, so many people, in fact, the majority, are trapped in cycles of dieting, losing, regaining, feeling worse, starting all over again, more hopeless than ever. Diets do not have the power to transform us, transform you. Why is that? Because diets treat superficially, right up here on the surface. They're not meant to be the end. If you gained and maintained results with diet, then there is an entire multi-billion-dollar industry that would go bankrupt. They can't have that. They give you rules of this is good, this is bad, but they don't help you write your health story completely anew. Bottom line is diet culture, it changes the way you eat for a season, but not why you eat the thing that is out of line with your health or body composition goals. Without getting to the WHY, the weight always returns, and usually with interest, right? So here is the deeper truth of the thing to consider. You're not just craving cake, ice cream, potato chips, popcorn, candy bars, pasta, and the plethora of other comfort foods. What you're really craving is that feeling of relief. That mid-afternoon cookie, a vanilla latte, you're craving control, safety, connection, self-worth. To gain control of our food routine, it is paramount that we become fully transparent with ourselves as to why we'd be going and grabbing that bowl of ice cream at 9 o'clock at night, when 4 hours earlier, we were complaining about not fitting into our dress or our pair of pants. Those don't match up. And until you confront what's driving the food choices out of line with your health goals, the trauma, the rejection, the abandonment, the fear, the shame, no diet will ever stick. Not only that, but even if you stick with the diet and you see the numbers on the scale ratcheting down, you hit what you're aiming for, you're not actually going to be experiencing wholeness. You say, no, Dr. Matt, this is totally different. If it says 130 pounds on the scale, I'm going to be so pumped. Everything's going to be better. Joy unspeakable. What if there is no scale? What if the measurement of pounds or kilograms suddenly failed to exist? There was no way to know how much you actually weighed. Where would the bliss, the satisfaction come from then? If you did not have this measurement, this number on a scale? What is the pain you're avoiding? Ask yourself, demand of yourself an answer. What's the pain? What is the theme that keeps repeating in your life, in your mind, in your thoughts? What's the story you've been telling yourself that keeps you trapped in the cycle? You got to go there to get through this, to get on the other side of diet culture. Food addiction, binge eating, endless scrolling, Netflix again and again. These are all coping mechanisms, also known as distractions. Once we recognize we're coping and not moving forward, it will be quite blatant that all of this is bondage. It is high time we set ourselves free. We liberate from this bondage. Have you ever said to yourself, I ate my coworker's M&Ms or I had a donut at church might as well hit up Dairy Queen on the way home because this day's already trashed because I already ate this thing. I'll start back on my food routine tomorrow or next week. This is the identity of a dieter. We want health accumulation. If I'm eating 2 solid whole grain meals that are nutritionally dense this week, then you know what? Next week, I'm aiming for 3. And if I succumb to the food toxicity that is, say, 99% of American church lobbies, yep, churches are a problem, and teachers' lounges at schools, I'm getting right back to my real food gains when I get home. I'm not permitting that one event, that one meal, that one slip up to derail my whole week. You don't need more guilt. You don't need more self-deprecation. And I heard someone say, what's the pain behind the pattern? Such a great saying. What you need is to decide who you want to be. Do you want to run with diet culture and enjoy days of, say, euphoria, followed by years and decades of out of control consumption, and you're just following that scale along? Or do you want to build habit, one upon another, mini routine, one upon another, and then experience decades of vigor and vitality, free of that merry-go-round of the latest fad diet? This is how real transformation, real change happens. Something you actually are living in, not by counting macros, but by confronting what is the pain behind these decisions, these patterns I'm making. That's where freedom lives. That's where addictions die. And that's what we want. Death to addictions. That's where a lifelong transformation begins. You're not broken. You're not beyond repair. Your excuse for not eating real food is not as valid as your mind's making it out to be. I know, the excuses seem so reasonable. You've just been trying to fix this hard issue with a Band-Aid. We talk about the Band-Aid cure or cover up that is many pharmaceutical drugs, but this literally is the exact same thing when it comes to diet culture and the 21-day fix, the 24-day forever. It's a Band-Aid. It's a diet. It will fall off and that wound will still be open, not healed, present right there staring at you. All right, let me know your story in the comments. Please share this with a friend, family member, who you want to see get on the road of health accumulation and get off that diet culture hamster wheel. Let's go.